Welcome to the 15th and final IRONMAN Coeur d'Alene. It's early for our racers as they start the day, but this is the moment they trained for.
Super excited, super pumped up. This is Ironman number 12 for me. Excited to be a part of history in Coeur d'Alene, it being their last one. Can't wait to get going. Can't wait to get to the finish line.
I'm excited and a little nervous. It's my second one, so I know what's at the end.
The day has come where they will put their bodies to the test and see how they stack up. The nervous tension is palpable, but so is the excitement.
Enjoy every minute. There'll be ups, there'll be downs, but just keep pushing through. And nothing beats that finish line.
I'm a little nervous, but yeah, I'll get through. Just gonna have fun.
It's number 7 for me. 7th Coeur d'Alene Ironman. My wife's first. She was pretty nervous last night. She's like, well, it's kind of epic. She's kind of just freaked out a little bit. But I told her she'll be fine. She's trained. She's paid her dues.
Yeah, I have a whole range of emotions going from extreme excitement to terrified.
I feel pretty good this morning, which almost makes me more nervous.
Very excited, a little nervous.
A lot of people race Ironman for a cause. I'm racing mine for my son. He died in '03. He couldn't be here, so that's one of the reasons I got healthy. I lost 100 pounds. With all the anger I had built up inside of me, I started doing Ironmans, and it was my release.
Friends and family are here to support. And our volunteers are taking position as they seek to help these men and women achieve their lofty goals.
This is my third one, and kind of the goal every single time is just to finish. You can't really try for a certain time because every course is different, so just get through and finish as best as you can, and that's all you can ask for.
Bikes are checked, bodies are marked, swim caps and goggles are on as the wait for the cannon begins. Let's hear from Christine Levy, a first-timer with an interesting perspective on the Ironman.
Well, I first got introduced to Ironman when I was 6 years old. The athletic club we belonged to was hosting an Iron Kids Bred Triathlon. So my sister and I signed up, and it was our first stab at the triathlon as a sport. We'd both run, biked, and swam in different respects, but it was the first time pulling it all together in that community. As I've talked to friends who've done Ironmans and followed Ironman on social media and just through the news, Coeur d'Alene just seems like an epic, beautiful course.
It's a fun swim, beautiful.
Good.
The sun was coming up over the hills as we went on the backside. So great.
And it's one that I've seen a bunch, and the timing worked out really well. And so later to find out that this was the last race of that location is also really special. So I'm looking forward to not only being there doing that race, but also being part of kind of that special sunset on the location.
It's great. The bike was beautiful. We had a tailwind the last 10 miles. The lake on the right-hand side was beautiful. Incredible. Oh my gosh.
The beach along Lake Coeur d'Alene is full, and the stage is set. Our first racers plunge into the water, ready to take on the day. They are the fastest swimmers, but remember, there are still 138.2 miles to go after the swim. Neil Osland readies himself at the water's edge.
So in 2004, I saw Ironman Coeur d'Alene. I went ahead and talked to my wife, signed up for it, and said, okay, I'm gonna go after this thing, having no idea what I was getting myself into. So it's way over my head. And I got to race day, Coeur d'Alene, and was just hoping to finish.
It's a good day to ride a bike and go do a little running.
It's led me to do 10 Ironmans overall, but I keep coming back to Coeur d'Alene, just again and again, because it is just such an amazing community of people.
That was rough. I am so lucky to be out here, though.
Can I get through this thing? And not only could I get through it, it's like, okay, you know what, I can actually do better than I thought. Let's see what this can do for me here.
Thank this community for everything they've been giving me for the past 12 years. Love you guys. Baby. Love my family. We did this thing.
Neil Osland, Colorado Springs, Colorado. Did his first back here in 2005. You are an Ironman, Neil. Thanks for coming back, buddy.
With 2.4 miles down on their journey, our first swimmers are out of the water and headed to transition. Now, let's take a moment to meet another amazing athlete, Astra Underdown, a mom with 2 young children who has found out that triathlon is something she can do for herself.
The whole last few weeks of training, I've just been tearing up during my training rides and runs because I just can't wait. You know, one of my first jobs as a volunteer here a long time ago was getting the kids to their parents so they could run across the finish line together. Not allowed to do that anymore, but back then, you know, you could. And I remember being, how are these people doing this with families? Like, they have little kids, you know? I could never do that. And then here I am with a 4-year-old and 2-year-old at home, and I'm gonna be doing it. But I'm excited to see that finish line, hear Mike Riley call out my name, and finally be an Ironman. It's just gonna feel
the perfect swim. I'm pumped.
Have a good one.
Be out there.
like I did what I thought was the impossible. I watched this for 10 years and never thought I could be one of those athletes out there. So to get to be out there doing it with them and realizing that I was able to find the perfect balance of like training and family life and show my kids that I could do this, it's gonna feel very, very special.
This is the coolest thing I've ever done. I'm racing in Coeur d'Alene Ironman. Ah! I'm pumped. I wanted to finish in the daylight. That was my goal. And it's daylight. I did it. Best day of my life.
you, Ironman.
As racers continue to leave the water, the bike has just begun. It has been a hot day with temperatures over 90 degrees, but our brave athletes continue on. Repeating over and over in their heads, don't stop, don't quit, don't give up. They must hold on tight to that mentality because right now their bodies are screaming the exact opposite. It is truly a testament to what it means to be an Ironman. In 2015, Scott McDermott had a life-threatening accident while competing in a triathlon.
Going about 40 miles an hour, and the bridge was slippery, and I cartwheeled till I stopped, and I broke my arm in half, broke my shoulder in 4 pieces, broke 4 ribs, broke my skull open, had brain injury, and it was really tough for a while, and had knee surgery. And last year, I signed up for Coeur d'Alene, Idaho Ironman because I wanted to throw an anchor out into the future and have it pull me towards something again, because it's hard when you break.
Relief as Scott has completed the bike and is out on the run.
It felt so good to get off the bike safely, and yeah. It's good, it's hard, of course, that's the deal, right? Put on. Just keep on keeping on. Forward is a pace.
Scott McDermott, Sylvan Lake, Alberta. You're an Ironman, Scott.
Welcome back, Scott.
Best day ever! Sunset race of Coeur d'Alene, my hometown. Awesome day.
But there are those on the course who want to make sure you are smiling and having a good time. No Ironman could be completed, let alone begun, without the help of the volunteers. People who go out of their way to dress up, to cheer as loud as they can, to make signs to make you laugh. The crowds pack the run course, cheering on friends, family, and strangers alike.
It's a little tough to do these things when you have to work the expos every weekend, but it's fun. Like I said before, it's a great race. Ironman's awesome. Hands down. Anybody who was watching this video from the audience Monday, I'm telling you, if you didn't do this race today, just sign up for another one. These things are awesome. I train very little, but anybody can get out there and do it. It's so much fun.
Now let me introduce Melissa Fee, a Coeur d'Alene local looking to make her mark on this sunset race.
So first year Ironman came to Coeur d'Alene. It was a really big deal. Hit the town because it had never been here before. They signed this contract and the whole town's buzzing, wondering what's about to happen. People are signing up left and right. It was crazy. So got the family together, went out, watched the first year. It was beyond inspirational.
Yeah, it felt good. Swim felt good. Now time to spend 7 hours on a bike.
You watch these people put their bodies to the test and love it. They love every second of it. They love what they do.
Pretty cold. Other than that, good.
I'd like to hear what you say about the weather in about 4 hours.
Yeah, I'll be praying it's cold in 4 hours, for sure.
So of course I turned and looked at my dad and I go, I'm gonna do this one day. One day I will do this. I will finish an Ironman at Coeur d'Alene.
Melissa was unable to make her dream a reality today. She missed the bike cutoff and was pulled from the course. But this is not the end for Melissa. Far from it. You can bet her intrepid spirit will bring her back again, and one day she will be an Ironman. As the athletes begin the marathon, the temperature continues to rise. Unfazed by the 90-degree temperature, Mark Cerrone is our first athlete to break the tape and the fastest overall male. On the women's side, local athlete Haley Cooper Scott crosses the line with the fastest women's time of the day.
Still moving. I am. It's a good day, man.
Everyone has a reason for racing, but in the end, they all have the same goal: to make it to the finish line.
Running for my daughter who has leukemia. She got out of the hospital last night, was able to come watch. She's gonna be right up here in a minute. It hurt, but she can take it. Why can't I? So I did it. She loves being out here.
You did it, Jeff! Alexandra loves you! She's battling cancer! Jeff Adams, you are an Ironman! Way to go, Daddy!
There are certain experiences in life that cannot be matched.
It's not just a few family members waiting. It's like the whole town still watching.
And as the day draws to a close and the clock creeps closer and closer to the 17-hour mark, we have time for one more finisher. James Buckner III is the last finisher this year to complete Ironman Coeur d'Alene, and he will be the last person to ever finish this race. So as we say goodbye to this race we have loved so much, there is only one thing left to say.
You are an Ironman! I love you!